Hello, 10th graders. This is Mrs. Blatchley coming to you to go over Section 2A of the 2016 Comprehensive Exam, going over the questions that you guys missed the most. So right now you should have your answer sheet in hand along with your test packet, and I will be going over those. So obviously, if you only got a couple wrong, you don't have to listen to all of this, but I will go over questions 3, 6, 7, 8, and 9, which are the ones that we missed the most among the 7 of you. So feel free to jump around and, only listen to the explanations of the questions that you personally missed. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to read the passage just once. Okay, so if you want to listen to it a second time, then you can go ahead and go back and listen to it a second time. And then I will, talk about which words you should have picked out in the passage in order to answer the question correctly. Um, if I still don't answer your question, if you still have, need clarification, please text me, please send me an email so that I can go over this into more details on a one-on-one basis. Otherwise, hopefully, I will provide enough information so that you understand the mistake that you made. All right, so let's go. So this is section 2A again, and I am going over number 3. So here we go. It says, you hear the following on a French radio station. Céline Dion est connue souvent en France comme la cousine du Canada. Chez Céline, la musique est une affaire de famille. Elle est la dernière de 14 enfants qui sont presque tous musiciens. La musique de son premier disque a été composée par son frère et c'est sa mère qui en a écrit les textes. Elle poursuit ses études en même temps qu'elle suit des cours à l'Académie d'art lyrique et dramatique. Elle est venue faire une visite à Paris pour présenter son disque français. Céline a promis de visiter la France parce qu'elle adore la cuisine, les boutiques et les restaurants. What most influenced the singing career of Céline Dion? All right, so your options were number 1, her job singing in Parisian restaurants, 2, her large supportive family, 3, her children, and 4, her manager and husband. So the answer is 2, her large supporting family. And if you answered number 1, her job singing in Parisian restaurants, that would have been what we call the deterrent, the one answer that tries to get you. We did hear about at the very end how she loves the cuisine, the French cuisine and the French restaurants. But throughout the passage, you should have heard something like La cuisine du Canada, la musique est une affaire de famille. So there's the word family there. Elle est la dernière de 14 enfants. So enfants, kids, children. La musique de son premier disque a été composée par son frère, brother, et c'est sa mère, mother, qui en a écrit les textes. So there was definitely a theme here of family members or words that are related to family that were, um, highlighted in the passage. So you have to remember that usually with these, we're not trying to trick you. So if you feel like you're hearing words that revolve around a certain theme, then that's probably what we're going for. All right, so that is number 3. Um, the next one is number 6. All right, so number 6, here is the passage. You are a high school student. While in chemistry class, your teacher tells you, Marie Curie est née dans une famille en Pologne. Comme adolescente, elle désire faire des études, mais les universités polonaises sont fermées aux femmes. En effet, les femmes ne sont ni encouragées ni préparées pour l'université. Marie a décidé qu'elle irait étudier à Paris en France. Elle a étudié à la Sorbonne. En 1894, Marie a finalement obtenu sa licence de sciences plus une licence de mathématiques. Elle est devenue chimiste. What was a major obstacle Marie Curie faced in obtaining her education? All right, and for that, your answer choices were one, she didn't have the money to fund her education. Two, she was too young to attend university. Three, women weren't allowed to attend university in her own home country. Or four, she was unable to obtain her license. So I will say this was a challenging question, and you had to really pick out on the words to answer that. The answer was three. Women weren't allowed to attend university in her home country. So let's see here. In the passage, it says les universités polonaises sont fermées aux femmes. So fermé does mean closed. I know we did not learn that. So this is the next sentences where hopefully you would have picked out the keywords. En effet, les femmes, the women, ne sont ni encouragées ni préparées pour l'université. So you hear encouragé, encouraged, and préparé, prepared pour l'université, for university. So the women are not encouraged nor prepared for university. And then it goes on to talk about how she decided to go study in Paris, France. And she studied at La Sorbonne, and then how she finally obtained her license in science and math. So that was a tricky one. I think most of you missed this one, but when we have something like this that's challenging, we want to try to go by process of elimination. So number one, she didn't have the money to fund her education. It didn't say, you didn't hear any words like pauvre or argent, where that, that could be a possibility. So we could probably get rid of that one right away. She was too young. Number two, she was too young to attend university. Again, we didn't hear anything related to age. And I know, sometimes you don't understand everything that comes out of my mouth when I read these passages, but so, that was not that we could eliminate that one. And then number four, she was unable to obtain her license. That probably was the easiest one to get rid of in terms of an answer, because the very last sentence, it says, Marie a finally obtained sa licence de sciences plus une licence de mathématiques. So, hopefully that one was an easy one to get rid of. All right, moving on to the next one. Question 7. You hear the following message on the radio. Oh gosh, I will tell you, if I was the person creating that test, that one would have never made it onto the exam. This is a ridiculous one. And I think we all complained about it afterwards. But here is the passage. Attention aux petits objets comme jouets, billes, etc. que les jeunes enfants mettent à la bouche et avec lesquels ils peuvent s'étouffer. Rangez systématiquement les petites choses qui sont sur le plancher. Pièces de monnaie, B, petits jouets. Tous sont une source de jeu pour eux. Les sacs en plastique que l'on met sur la tête pour se déguiser, les colliers et les ceintures que l'on met autour du cou, tous ces jeux peuvent se terminer en accident. Là encore, prenez les choses et cachez vos sacs en plastique, rangez les ceintures et les foulards, etc. And then the question, for whom is this message intended? Well, you have 1, doctors, 2, chefs, 3, parents, and 4, bankers. So, although the answers are not, um, you can eliminate a couple of them pretty easily just based on what you hear. Number 3 is the answer, parents, because it talks about how you have to put away little objects that kids can put in their mouth and therefore causing a choking hazard. So you hear, les jeunes enfants, young kids, à la bouche, to the mouth. Uh, ranger, put away. Okay, so ranger here is probably one of the very important keywords. And then petit, little. Let's see here. Ranger les ceintures, les foulards. So, like, put away belts and scarves. So, if you answered number 1, doctors, I would say that was probably the current question here to throw you off. It does not say anything about food, so chefs, would probably be an easy one to get rid of. Doesn't talk about money, finances, so bankers, we can probably, you know, toss that one out. Um, but it also does talk about like how it can end up in an accident and it gives off different body parts like la tête, le cou, which are, could easily be associated with the doctor, especially when there's the word accident in there. So I will say that we did not like this one. But we never know. I never know what's going to end up on a test. So, we could have some challenging ones like that. And there's nothing we can do about it. Moving on to question number 8. All right, it says, as you are preparing to study in France, the student exchange representative tells you about the family you will be staying with. She says, alors, votre famille d'accueil est très grande et sympathique. La mère et le père sont tous les deux professeurs d'anglais au lycée. Ils ont 3 enfants. La plus âgée est une fille qui a 16 ans et elle adore faire du sport. L'éducation physique est son cours favori. Le garçon a 11 ans et il aime jouer aux jeux vidéo et faire du vélo. La plus jeune s'appelle Marianne. Elle a 9 ans. Elle aime préparer les repas. Un jour, elle voudrait devenir chef d'un restaurant à Paris. Which family member would be most likely to play soccer? So your answer choices were 1, the youngest daughter, 2, the oldest daughter, 3, the father, and 4, the son. Now, this is one of those where it's very, very important to be listening attentively to the passage twice without jumping ahead, without, answering the question and then just putting it out of your mind. They did have some clues in there that made it easy to answer. They talk about la mère et le père sont tous les deux professeurs d'anglais au lycée. So it talks about their job, right? They're teachers. Ils ont 3 enfants. They have 3 kids. Now, it starts with la plus âgée, which is the oldest. Okay. If for whatever reason you could not remember that, Then there's other clues. Est une fille qui a 16 ans. Okay, 16 ans talks about her age. She's 16 years old. Et elle adore faire du sport. She loves to do sport. L'éducation physique, physical education, est son cours favori, is her favorite. Okay, so then le garçon a 11 ans. So the boy is 11 years old. Et il aime jouer aux jeux vidéo. He likes to play video game et faire du vélo and go biking. So if you did answer number 4, the son, that was the deterrent. They were trying to throw you off with that one because it talks about how he likes to go biking. But the emphasis was most definitely on the 16-year-old who loves sports, who loves phys ed. Okay, and then it says la plus jeune, the youngest, s'appelle Marianne. Elle a 9 ans. She's 9 years old. Elle aime aider à préparer les repas. She likes to prepare meals. And then un jour, elle voudrait devenir chef d'un restaurant à Paris. One day, she'd like to become a chef in a Paris restaurant. So if I was to guess, number 1 and number 3 were the easiest to eliminate out of that passage. And then it was between number 2 and number 4. So if you answered number 4, at least you were somewhat on the right track because you probably heard the word vélo. But again, this is why it's very important to listen carefully to the passages twice and then go ahead and answer the question. All right, and finally, number 9, some of us missed. It goes like this. You are in Montreal and hear this advertisement on the radio. Aimez-vous porter des vêtements à la mode d'aujourd'hui au prix des années passées? Si c'est le cas, venez faire du shopping au magasin Le Flair. Peu importe la saison, vous y trouverez les vêtements et accessoires de la dernière heure à prix bon marché. Chaussures, sacs à main, manteaux, robes et pantalons, foulards, bijoux et chapeaux. Le magasin Le Flair est votre magasin. C'est beau, bon, pas cher. What would one purchase at this establishment? All right. So your answer choices were 1, expensive designer items, 2, seasonal produce, 3, vintage clothes and accessories, and 4, reasonably priced fashion. All right. So the answer was 4. Okay, reasonably priced fashion. Let's see. So you heard passé, which is past, right? So if you answered number 3, that was a deterrent question. That was not question, but answer, the answer that where we were, trying to throw you off a little bit. Number 2 should have been completely out. Produce, we heard nothing about fruits and vegetables. Expensive designer items, well, we heard à prix bon marché. So bon marché, we actually just studied this again. It means inexpensive. Then it talks about, chaussures, sac à main, manteau, robe et pantalon, foulard, bijoux et chapeau. So everything that the store is selling. C'est beau, bon, pas cher. So it's beautiful stuff, good stuff. Pas cher, not expensive. So cher meaning it's expensive. All right. So it doesn't talk about how the items that they're selling are from the past. It talks about les vêtements à la mode d'aujourd'hui. So today's fashion au prix des années passées at, yesterday's price, basically. So that's why, since we heard bon marché, pas cher, 4 is the answer. All right, so I will say it is a challenging one. If you answered 3 instead of 4, you weren't, completely off. But we're always looking, obviously, for the best possible answer, which in this case is number 4. All right, so this concludes the listening section 2A of the 2016 comprehensive exam. If you have any questions about any of these answers, or if I, for whatever reason, I happen to miss one that you did not get correct and I did not give clarification on that specific question, please text me, email me, and I will be sure to rectify that.